everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Kickin It. I'm your host, Kayna, and today I am kicking it with Isaiah Rogers. Isaiah, before we get started with some questions, why don't you just give a brief introduction of yourself?
I go to Corona Centennial High School. I'm in the class 2026, and I live in Southern California.
Why don't you talk a bit about what started your basketball journey?
Both of my parents played, and so they kind of just pushed me to do sports, and that was the one I fell in love with.
Okay, so you started playing from a pretty young age?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I know you said, so both your parents, were both your parents college athletes?
My dad played JUCO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Which parent would you say car rides home? Who was the toughest after games?
My dad.
Dad?
So he doesn't say anything during the games. He waits till the car ride.
Okay. He saves it. Mm-hmm. At what point in your career did you realize you really had a passion for basketball and you realized you could make a career out of this?
I think I've always kind of loved the sport and wanted to pursue it ever since I was little and started playing it.
I heard you have a nickname, so why don't you tell us a little bit about that and where it originated from?
When I was little, my dad coached my team, and we had two Isaiahs on our team. But I used to be the little skinny kid, so he said that I was slim, and then the other kid would be Isaiah, and it kind of just stuck with me.
Just stuck? Okay, so is that like a teammates call you that, friends, family, everybody calls you that? It's just what you go by?
Pretty much everybody.
Okay. Growing up, was there a specific team or player, either at the college level or the pro level, that you really looked up to?
I've kind of just taken different pieces from different players over the years, in Shea's pace or Jalen Brunson, how he comes out ball screens and plays point guard. So just over the years, kind of just taking different pieces, different players.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about your game? Use 3 key points that you feel that you really bring to the court.
I think I bring shooting for sure. I've always been able to shoot the ball really well. My pace has been really well too. And I'd probably say my level-headedness. I've always keep a straight face and don't really get too worked up.
Shifting a little bit to off the court, what are some interests and passions that you have?
I like school, try and get good grades, and I like hanging out with my family, watching movies.
Okay, so you try to get good grades. What's your GPA?
4.17.
Very impressive. What is your favorite class?
Math.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like math.
Okay. Very cool. Is that something you would maybe study in college?
Yeah, I think finance, business, for sure.
Okay. So if basketball wasn't in the picture, is that something you would see yourself doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that you think people would be a little surprised to know about you?
No, not really.
Maybe that you're really good at math?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. What are some things that you do before a game to just get you locked in?
I kind of just get loose. I think when I try and be super serious and straight face, super serious, I don't really focus that well. I think when I'm kind of just loose and warm and stretched out, I play better. Okay.
What are some things that either you can think about or you do throughout the day that kind of keep you in that relaxed state heading into a game?
Probably just thinking about basketball, watching basketball and thinking about it all day.
Okay. What is a fun memory that you have, either on the court, a big win, or just a moment you've had with your team?
Freshman year, we won the CIF championship. I didn't play, but freshman I had, freshman rough patch, but it was definitely fun to experience that.
Okay. What would you say is a moment you've had in your career where you've faced some adversity and had to overcome that?
I think early this year, I faced some adversity. I had to step into a bigger role, and just sometimes you got to face some adversity. I think it was good for me though. I think the second half of the season, I definitely picked it up, and overall, the adversity helped me be better.
Okay. I'm going to talk just a bit about recruitment. So give us kind of an inside look on what that was like when you received that first phone call and you received that first offer.
So yeah, I went to a UCSD camp before my started my freshman year, and then like a week later they offered me on the phone, and I just couldn't stop smiling. It was a great moment. Yeah, that was my first one.
Awesome. How do you keep yourself motivated after picking up offers, but still wanting to keep improving and getting better each year?
Well, I just know that what they tell me, like, they're also telling another kid. So like all these other kids are hearing the same thing, and you always gotta be like humble and like keep your head down and work.
Mm-hmm. What is something about your game that you think does set you apart from those other kids in your recruiting class?
Probably my pace. I think I do a really good job of not getting sped up too much.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What are some key things that you look at a university when you get a call from someone?
Probably like, obviously like their conference and like who are they playing? Like, do they play some big teams? Do people come to the games? Like, do they pack the gym or is there nobody there? You know, also like the relationship with the coach, I think is very important. Like, am I able to like come to the coach and like talk to him about what I'm feeling and stuff like that?
Yes. So with this being your first year with the PRO16, what would you say is something that stood out to you about coming into the PRO16?
Well, from last year, what I saw, there was a lot of college coaches, obviously. I liked how, like, it was very organized and, you know, it looked like competition level was high too.
Okay. Speaking of the competition level, who are either a specific player or a team that you're really looking forward to playing?
I look forward to playing YGC. You know, they had, I think, Kayna Edwards and Kristen Knack last year. So I like to play them.
Okay. Now, BTI won the PRO16 finals last year. So what's something that's pushing you to try to make that back-to-back championship?
I think it's just the culture now. So, like, you got to keep it going.
Okay. Awesome. To wrap up, I just wanted to ask, where do you see yourself here in the next 10 years?
Where do I see myself? In the NBA.
Okay. Do you have like a dream team you'd want to play for?
Whatever team picks me up.
Whatever team? Okay. I do have one last question. What's something this year specifically, again with the PRO16, that you're really looking forward to showing everyone?
I want to show like that I've improved on my point guard skills for sure. I think coming into this year and, you know, playing with BTI, like that's what I really wanted to work on.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, we're super excited to have you. I'm sure this is going to be a great season. Thank you for coming in and chatting with me. Viewers, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tune in next week to see who we're kicking it with next.